What is going on, you beautiful people? Welcome to Inside the Badger Den. I am, of course, Badger. With me, my co-host, of course, Mr.TechRat. Welcome to the 6th episode. How are you all doing? I hope really well. This is rhetorical because you can't actually answer. But once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will go to live streaming. And in the comments, we will be able to ask, how are you? But in the meantime, just go ahead and yell out to your screen how you are. Mr.TechRat, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. It's funny because I was just going to say they will shout in the comments anyway, so it's almost like they're there.
It is a retroactive. That's right. We will look at it in that time frame. And I love it. This comment section is my new favorite thing. We were just going over the comments of some of the videos and you are all so entertaining.
Yeah, it's a good one of those circles of people want to be here, people don't want to be here, but they're here anyway.
Thankfully, it is more people that want to be here than don't. And our first video, our first topic that we started out the week with, of course, was Jonathan Majors is gone, but Kang is not. They're keeping him. They're not getting rid of the character. Even if the next Avengers movie isn't going to be Kang Dynasty, they're still going to keep the character in some capacity. And people had feelings about it in the comments, especially people were just salty that it wasn't going to be Jonathan Majors.
Well, I feel like they don't want to lose. They don't want to admit a defeat in the character being what nobody wanted and having to scrap it all together.
One of the comments, give him his due, Dave Levix 8749. He said, if their writing wasn't so set in stone intersectional, they could just recast, use all the Phase 4 characters people don't like in one last film, Kang Dynasty, wipe the slate clean and move on. But that's not going to happen. Since they're terrible, might as well forget about Kang and keep it pushing. That would have been so boss if they did that. But yeah, no, they're going to use them for something shitty.
Isn't that the way?
Yeah, that is the with them. You almost made me say it. Not going to get me, Disney. It worked for one season, and then you said it 70 times in the third season.
Lost all 173.
It was 170. I'll say it for this. We're talking about in the Mandalorian course. This is the way. 173 times in that fucking third season.
Yep, it had meaning at first.
Speaking of Disney, because that was tangentially about Disney. Film Threat has these are the actual journalists as far as I'm concerned. And this second part, that first part of the D files. Okay, let's reset the clock here if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, because we actually did get a lot of subscribers, new subscribers rather. So Disney is a shit show that's infested, and we've seen the decline. It started with Pixar and the removal of John Lasseter. That all came out of Me Too. Me Too was used as an excuse to get rid of him, and then not just get rid of him, but then replace him with their DEI, blah, blah, blah. That's what happened to Pixar. Then in the second installment here, then we find out how that has now spread into Disney itself as a whole. That it's all just about the great mouse reset and the great replacement, basically firing all, which a lot of them are white males, firing all the talent, the main talent and experienced people that have been there decades, and replacing them with all the young people that like to ruin everything with their non-life experience and their WGA paid salaries.
Because that's what everybody wants at the moment. It's a political story in absolutely everything.
I don't know. This, of course, you're pointing out the extreme cognitive dissonance between the people writing this shit and to the people they're actually trying to get to watch it and consume it. No. We don't want this at all. It's Jesus. And speaking of putting it in everything, and I feel real bad. Well, let me put it this way. I feel really happy that I never got into Doctor Who, but I feel very bad for like the Gary and the Maulers and anyone in the audience and anyone that has grown up with Doctor Who, because speaking of putting their politics and everything, and we've talked about this, how not only was Doctor Who fucked up, it's probably the worst franchise out there, even more than, dare I say, Star Wars, because, and I don't say that lightly, because you know how I feel about Star Wars.
Well, yeah.
They had the equivalent of Russell T. Davies, who is the guy that, when Doctor Who fell into obscurity and then brought it back with David Eccleston. Russell T. Davies is the writer, the guy who did that, the guy that made it popular again, got everyone to come back. So when he was announced to coming back after that god-awful season with female Dr. Karen, who or whatever, Jodie Whittaker, who we will lovingly call female Dr. Karen. Thank you, Gary. You radicalized me. Now he came back. Everyone's like, oh, good. He's going to save it. And he fucking doubled down even harder. Cucked everyone, brought back David Tennant, embarrassed him, as a male presenting doctor. Anyway, so now their shit show first season of Ncuti Gatwa as Black Doctor Who comes out, and the blonde right here on the left, Millie Gibson, was one of the companion. It was the blonde college girl. Yeah. Well, one season she's out. Apparently, it was her choice, and that they immediately browned her up because you didn't even try to make it look like the same person, right?
No, it's good for her. I'm sure there's some morality behind it where she wanted to step aside and give someone else a shot.
Yeah, she saw the ratings and she was like, oh no.
Go ahead.
Oh no. And then she saw Twitter. She was like, oh no, I'm never going to work again. She bailed. They won't even address it though in the story. Right. Oh, they will address it. It's like, suddenly you have a lot less privilege, but I'm feeling that you're a lot less racist. I know it's just weird. I don't know what it is.
She took a trip to a specific planet, and it's a little different now.
I'm so happy. Again, I'm so happy. It's one more thing that didn't get ruined for me. Something that I don't think could be ruined for me because I have no expectations for it is that Madam Web movie. Are you excited?
Only for the inclusion of another story in the Marvel-ish world.
I swear to God, I thought you were going to say only for Sydney Sweeney's tits and ass because
I was. She's gorgeous.
Okay. Was she from Euphoria? White Lotus?
She was in both, I believe.
Didn't you watch White Lotus?
I did watch. She is for sure in that.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Sorry, I should have rephrased. Where should I go look at her naked beyond the obvious clip sites that I will not name?
I'm White a gentleman. Lotus. I would not know anything about that.
Yeah. White Lotus. Good. Is that show any good?
I'll clip you something.
Yeah, that's good. See how we're doing anything to talk about Madam Web? The ultimate thing is the only reason besides Sydney Sweeney and all these girls in bodysuits is the fact that it is related to Spider-Man in some way, shape or form. We did that story about how they did the reshoots and that was apparently to fix it. That apparently must have been bullshit because now we're finding from the director that it's in a standalone and there's nothing in this fucking world but her. And I know multiverses, but still don't expect to see Spider-Man. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even do a story about it, but did you hear that they're going to rip off with great power comes great responsibility?
We should start a whole trend on different versions of it.
Do a video series. Yeah. Apparently they're going to say some dumb shit about like those that get power inherit great response. Just say the line if you're going to say the line.
No. Alternate universe.
It's just they don't ever learn their lesson. We teach it to them.
They will.
We teach it to them in money. We teach it to them on Twitter. They don't learn it. Speaking of not learning it, or maybe no, they didn't, because then I heard Pablo open his fucking mouth, and I know for sure he did not learn anything. Actually, that wasn't that bad. Oh no, that's a different one. I was trying to say we got setups all day on this site. Okay, are you ready for Halo?
I feel like we're holding it up right now.
They put out the We Need the Master Chief trailer because they heard that apparently in a Halo we want to see Master Chief.
Imagine that.
Let's see.
It was chaos. The city fell. Ships scattered. There's no way of telling how many escaped. The game's over.
I believe in us. And I believe in you. I need Master Chief. We all do.
I need Master Chief to keep his damn helmet on.
We all do. Yeah. Best I can do is Etsy Master Chief or is Wish Master Chief.
Oh man.
I don't have a lot. Again, I think the best we're going to get out of that is we'll get some really good scenes of him in the suit that the very talented people of YouTube and the Iron Age will make into some really good music videos.
Yeah.
But
It's
and
good
then
visuals.
there's some really good. Thank you. Speaking of some not so good visuals. No, I'm kidding. This fucking Batman, this Black Superman movie, and calling it that because that's the only reason they're making it. It was never really, and this is the same one that was supposed to be Michael B. Jordan back in the day. They never really have answered whether this is Val Zod showing there in the photo there.
Yeah.
Whether it's Val Zod or Calvin Ellis, which is just swole Barack Obama, who's president in like Earth 32. It's still around. And look, I got a lot of thoughts. We all have a lot of thoughts. My main, like, if I was to put them in order, it's in Elseworlds. That's fine, and that's basically what this is all about. That James Gunn confirmed. Oh, it's still around, and if it's when it comes out, if and when it'll be in Elseworlds. It's who's fucking making it. It's who's fucking making it that I have the biggest problem with. J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates. Now I know you're familiar with J.J. Abrams. Probably not that familiar with Ta-Nehisi Coates.
No, I'm not personally.
Okay. Well, J.J. Abrams, you know why he's a piece of shit. Ruined Star Trek, ruined Star Wars, fucked off on the end of Lost.
It just keeps getting chances over chances.
And you know what we should say to that?
Okay, that is the last time you are going to pull that crap. You hear me?
Yes.
Do you hear me?
But we don't get to do that with him, but we will. But yes, no. Now, Ta-Nehisi Coates is the guy, and the long short of this is he's a fucking race hustling grifter who basically called the firemen and police officers in 9/11 not monsters, like monsters, not human, monsters. Like, and the context, well, you take them out of context. The context is he can't see them as heroes because to him growing up, they were fucking monsters. They weren't human. So you want him to write Superman? Now, of course, he won't write Superman. This is what all these activists and children do is they write themselves. And we'll just get Black Clark Kent in the 40s dealing with racism and all the white people will be evil. And no, stop. What did Will Smith say? Let the white people have their fucking superhero. If you didn't know that, Will Smith was going to be Black Superman, or they tried to get him to be Superman. And that is his quote. Let the white people have their superhero.
My man was Hancock.
You know, it's just ridiculous. And I want to go to the comment section of my video that I did because we have someone who was watching and he is Blick. He's a Blick. This is his representation, apparently. You would think he'd be chammering, like, granted, spoiler, but we have some Puerto Rican in our animal blood and we aren't exactly excited for Miles Morales, right? So sometimes the representation aimed at people is a little false, especially when those people weren't asking for it.
I'm sure the response to that is, well, then, but you're also not Black, so you wouldn't understand.
Sure. And then if you looked into the history of Puerto Rico, you would find out that we are indeed Black. All right. Go look up what makes a fucking Puerto Rican. It's a Spanish versus an Afro-Caribbean Black is how Puerto Rico was made. Go look it up. Pretty fun.
Also, to add to that, Taino Indians, native Indians to that island.
That's right. You got real specific. Yeah. That's right. There you go.
Yeah. Boom.
Fun story, real quick. First time I ever heard the N-word said to me, and I'm going to use that just to be polite company here. Normally I would say it because no shame to my game, but was at my all Black friends, because I grew up in the ghetto, all my Black friends, and I was at their house, and their mother said to me, and I was like 10. She goes, "What are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm white and Puerto Rican." She goes, "Oh, you have an N-word." So just tell you that for our representation qualifications. No, back to the comment section. Fletcher Shepard said, and this is regarding Black Superman or any version you want to do. I'm a Black guy and I still don't like Miles Morales. So I'm not, this is of course because Miles Morales was brought up in the comment section and that it's not enough for that representation to exist. It actually has to replace the white character because these people that try to give you they're the actual racist. They're the actual racist and they don't see legitimacy in any character unless it's white. which is why they need to replace it with and then insert whatever. It goes for female characters too. They don't see any legitimacy unless it's a male character, which is why they need the female character. It's the same fucked up little weird game. But Fletcher Shepard says I'm a black guy and I still don't like Miles Morales, so I'm not on board for a black Superman. There's only one Superman, like there's only one Spider-Man, Batman, and Captain America. Peter Parker, Clark Kent, Steve Rogers, Bruce Wayne are the heroes I grew up on, not because they're white, but because they represent all of us regardless of race. There would be a huge outcry if Blade or Luke Cage or Black Panther, I might add, were replaced by a white man. I don't need to be catered to because I'm black, and the studios and comic book industry think I can't relate to a character since they're white. I want to see black heroes get their due, but not replace heroes that have been around for many decades that are white. And that is basically my thoughts and feeling on every fucking character they try to replace.
Yeah, you don't have to do so much work to make something understandable. Again, we grew up on things like the X-Men, where characters were, male, female, different colors of races
and
and aliens.
powerful, and the women were sexy.
Yeah. Well,
speaking of women who are sexy, at least two of them, even though we won't care about it and we don't know if they're going to be in this movie. Jurassic World. Oh, Hollywood Reporter, you love. Look, it's zoomed in. That's why. Someone taught me how to do that. My producer, Mr.TechRat.
Smart guy.
They're doing another Jurassic World for some reason.
Money that I think they're making.
You can't keep a good T-Rex down.
At this point, you know what I'd like to see? I think I might have even commented. Give me a apocalyptic style like zombie survival movie, but it's just dinosaurs. But get off the island already.
They fine tried with you putting zombies in anything, personally.
Well, no, I mean, it's a zombie style movie, but instead of zombies, there's dinosaurs everywhere.
I think the only thing. Oh, look, some Trump derangement syndrome. Jon Stewart, or whatever that guy's name was. What's the British guy's? Oliver. Jesus,
Oliver.
Christ. Derailed me for a second because then I'm thinking Jon Stewart's coming back to do the Jon Stewart show. Because his Apple TV show got fired because he sucks. Sorry, just going back. The only thing I think might be decent and saving about this Jurassic World is I'm getting ADD from this shit, is the fact that the original screenwriter is coming back. The guy that did the original screenplays based off the books and adapted it, the first two, is coming back. And I think that's something.
Get it a little more grassroots.
I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, like, story-wise, but...
Just show me dinosaurs. Stop trying to make dinosaurs even crazier, but just bring back original dinosaurs.
I don't... Yes, you should... Here's... You ready? I'll make you a movie everyone's going to love right now. Aliens, a squad of Marines. That's all I need. I need a squad of Marines going into a fucking dinosaur-infested thing to rescue someone.
Isn't that what the new game is?
I didn't have the YouTube channel at the time, so maybe I could retroactive. Maybe next time they do it, yes, very diverse, neurodivergent gender. Oh, she's gonna hit a lot of checkboxes when that game
can't wait
comes out. Something that's also gonna hit checkboxes, but is just because of the nature of the story. And I'm daring to hope on this one. I'm daring to hope, and that is The Last Airbender, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
So many feels, man.
Bro, there are very much red flags, the fact that the creators left. But what I'm hoping is in this timeline of events, they left before One Piece. In One Piece, Oda did not fuck around, and he vetoed some shit. He made them reshoot shit. And guess what? It is a massive success. This looks very faithful now. So what I am hoping is that even though they were gonna fuck it up and the creators left, I am praying to the gods above and below that they have learned their lesson. And even those creators left before, after One Piece, they are now going. We, of course, here it is. Let's just watch. Avatar: The Last Airbender official Netflix trailer.
The Fire Nation is embarked on a dark path. And the world might never recover. The world needs the Avatar. It needs you, Aang.
Fire Nation has destroyed everything in their path. If the world is going to have any chance, it's going to need Aang.
Right. There goes the savior of the world.
I chased down every hint of the Avatar. It's my destiny.
I'm not someone who can stop the Fire Nation. I don't want the responsibility.
You don't have to do this alone. You have me, Tara, and a flying ball of fur. What more do you need?
The world needs you. Remember what it is we're really fighting for. The ones we love.
I'm the Avatar, and I'm gonna save the world. With my friends.
The fucking soundtrack slaps.
Every time.
Slaps. Yeah. That looks pretty good.
It looks like we're getting 8 episodes. It's gonna kind of tie up season 1 of the animated show. So it's gonna be kind of rushed, but also longer format for each episode.
Yeah, I mean, if Shamalama Ding Dong could fuck up one season in 2 hours, I think they should be able to do a decent one. And I mean, I recognize a lot of the scenes, probably because they're still working the CGI. We didn't see anything of when they go to the actual kingdom, water kingdom or whatever. And the whole, when he pops his avatar cork for the first time and does the water wave thing.
Yeah. The North. It's going to be episode 7.
Oh, it's gonna be look at you all knowledgeable about something. You gonna start Avatar theory?
Nah, man. Yeah, I'm just here for the ride.
Speaking of here for the ride, I hope I have this for 2024. I hope I'm able to keep doing these because I realized they've been doing these for a couple of years. But we had Bounding's the most hilarious woke pop culture fails of 2023. I just thought we could just go over them a little briefly, because a lot of these are just pure prime Schadenfreude, including
weird.
My queen.
You know what? I used to think it was Brie, but I love Brie, and I feel bad for her now, especially when she does shit like this.
I don't know. Does anyone want me to do it again?
I actually really feel bad for her like that, and I feel like if they had real directors that gave a shit, they would have told her like, no, don't play Captain Marvel like that. We want people to like her, and like if she had good writers, could have put Captain Marvel through some real struggle, and really, because I really like her in Skull Island, right?
She's good in a lot of things. She is a good actress. She got
wanted
dealt a shitty
award. She just said some dumb shit.
Yeah,
because when you get in there, it's a fucking cult. It's a fucking cult. And she said some dumb shit. And yes, I forgive her for saying dumb shit. I don't know.
That's only because we say dumb shit.
Oh, all the time. But that's because
I'm kind of retarded.
Nobody's discrediting that.
Bob Iger, God, get out of here. That's what happens when you highly zoom in. It works, but then they're huge. Bob Iger coming back. Disney's lost. All the movies lost. Wait, what movies made money? Only Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything else lost money. Over $1 billion.
Yeah.
Bob Iger, who made 15 last year, 15 million, this year made double that, 30. Isn't that nice?
Didn't bother me much.
Embarrassing. Well, I mean, I just think it's indicative of he's eaten large, or the captain's eaten large on a sinking, burning ship.
My least favorite Ant-Man movie.
I still have not watched it all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces. I've seen Mahler's 6-hour fucking review of it, and I have not watched it all the way through. I thought about it.
It's a
I was like,
weak
maybe I
movie.
should really. I don't wanna.
It's an overpowered weak movie, kind of like what the hell was Doctor Strange?
I
Madness?
don't. Yeah, Mom, Multiverse of
Yeah,
Madness.
Mom.
I had reshot 7 times. I don't want to see him cucked and be made a fool. And I like Scott and he saved the universe, and he's a good dad, and he did everything for everything. They still made him an
That's
asshole.
why he can't be there.
Well, he's also white and straight, and they cut her out because she told you not to inject poison into your body. So yeah, speaking of poison, the divisiveness around this is another one of why do you care? It's a fucking mermaid. Why do you care? It's like, well, then why do you care? Just make her white, like everyone is saying. Make her like she looked in the fucking cartoon. Oh, because you do care. Because it is a big deal. Yeah.
Did you not love this cartoon growing up?
I should have uploaded the Aquafina rap. I didn't think about it. I'm so glad I didn't though.
I'm just saying they keep changing shit that we're not supposed to care about, but I did care about this thing.
I don't believe for a second that they couldn't find a girl that looked like Ariel in the cartoon that sang good. I just can't. I don't believe it because they didn't try. They lie. Used to be true. I grant you, it used to be true. This is my whole Michael Clark Duncan Daredevil argument.
I know.
When they say he was you know, motherfucker. Of course you know. They don't. The audience doesn't know that he was the literal best person for the role at the time. Now, may he rest in peace. If he was, people would be like, well, it's because we see, like I said, they've done a whole bunch of people dirty. They really have, because now people don't think, oh, they must be really talented. They think, did they just get that because of their sex or their gender or their race? It's very depressing. Speaking of, this is talk about owns. After Rachel said her fun little things that she said how creepy Snow White was, Brett Cooper, who of course hosts Inside the Comment Section, which is a fellow YouTuber, she came out and they're gonna do Snow White, and she said the darndest thing. Kids say the darndest thing. She said how nice Snow White is and how much she liked it and how much she can't wait to bring a timeless classic to life.
But she's gonna be assaulted and stalked, man.
Shocking, already has been. Twitter. If words are violence, then she's been murdered on Twitter by these animals. Speaking of animals,
leave animals alone.
The Marvels. Why didn't women go see this, Rat? I don't get it. It didn't even make it did actually. It said it went over 200 million, and then when it got addressed, and now it hasn't. It's like it's sitting at 198, 197 million. But if you look at the statistics, which we have, men went to go see this movie, shockingly. Self-hating betas, I'm sure. Women didn't. And they went to the Barbie movie, Rat. Why didn't they go to this?
Because they don't care for the material or the fact that it was a shitty movie.
Could it be that the women that used to like, DC, Marvel, Star Wars, because there were women, shockingly, I know, that liked all this shit. Is it possible that they liked it the way it was, and then when you changed it, now they don't like it because you took away all the masculine men that they liked?
That's what happened. Something got too popular.
Women. Yeah.
Something got too popular. It faded for a certain reason, and now they finally realized. We had
affirmations. Hope. Look, affirmations, the superhero. Yeah. Walk through a fucking wall to get her superpowers. Boom. They'll never know. They'll never know. Ooh. They'll never know what you gave up for them, Wanda, when you enslaved the entire town of men, women, and children that were begging for you to end their lives at the end. Remember
for your made-up children?
Remember when the children were asking to die? Someone wrote that. Oh, speaking of more legacy characters, and one that we will most certainly focus in an upcoming video series that may be coming out or not. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Harrison Ford, yet again, wasn't done having his legacy characters. Oh, look, a brunette one with a British accent in a movie done by Lucasfilm. We've never seen that before.
I finally watched it.
You watched it? Watched it all the way through? You sick fuck. No wonder you didn't tell me. You knew I'd make fun of you.
That's why I ghosted for a while. I had to recuperate.
Oh, how was it?
I mean, again, it's like watching Batman be emasculated and then drug around all over the place. It gets tiring after a while, man.
Was it fun at the end when they finally get back together?
I would rather play the game that's coming up and hope that there's some better outcome there.
All right.
I don't know.
Before we move on, I'm going to say, we'll talk about that before we talk about Sound of Freedom. True or false? There are only 3 Indiana Jones movies. True or false?
True, as there are only 3 lights.
you classy son of a bitch. Sound of Freedom. How was that? I know that's a heavy movie. I know for some reason people on the left, the media and all that, people didn't want to, they couldn't find distributors. They were trying to classify this as alt-right porn and QAnon and this and this and this. It's a fucking movie about child trafficking. Probably really important that people see it and understand the magnitude of it. What'd you think?
Apparently I'm a piece of shit because I cried. I had to pause it and stop. Now, is that just because I have kids or is that because I have kids? I don't understand. Why would you call something alt-right porn? Is that saying like we're getting off on like the masculinity of him going and saving people, or I don't get that.
This goes into the weird politicization of everything where at this point, anything directly related to law and order is right wing, including protecting our border, hashtag I stand with Texas. And also, yeah, I get it. There was a whole QAnon conspiracy where a bunch of fucking crazies thought that there were pedos underneath and children trapped underneath the pizza parlor and went there with guns. Right. To which I say, yeah, hey, if you actually fucking thought, I'm not saying they were right, but also logically, if you really did 100%, 100 think there were fucking children in there, yeah,
you knock on the door.
Would you not go and be like, hi, can I look in your basement?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that that's legal or anyone should do it. I'm not endorsing it, but it fucking tracks. It tracks at least.
No, this was a really good movie.
I will watch Sound of Freedom. It's heavy and reality is heavy. So, but yes, I get it. It's important, and I will watch. Speaking of something that's not important, is that was Hollywood, but that was more independent Hollywood. Yeah. These fucks in Hollywood were the ones trying to say, "Don't watch it." That Hollywood strike is one of the top disasters for sure.
Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of good mainstream stuff for a while, or even shitty mainstream stuff, because there was nothing made.
From 600 productions to 300 productions.
Yeah.
They shot themselves in the foot. They did not understand that streaming. Look, we're already seeing Amazon now is saying in February, if you don't want ads on your shit, you're going to pay $2 more, $2.99, $3 more.
Yeah, they're going to get you.
They have, and in 2 years, they will say it again. They have learned this fucking $6, $7, $8 a month ain't enough. It's not the same.
Can we go back to cable TV, damn it?
Bro, we're spending more than cable at this TV. If you subscribe to all
HBO.
And that Max. Yeah, so they left out. They don't understand. The dummy over here, Zegler, the Zeg is what I'm calling her. She said, I want to get paid for every minute I'm in a dress. Well, honey, you're not going to be getting paid at all. Not going to get paid at all. Speaking of not getting paid at all, no, they're getting paid. Just, God, not the bank they could be making if they did this right. Ahsoka.
Just cross your arms and make a good episode, man.
Gary talks about it all the time. They try and do stoic and they fucking suck. Echo tried to be stoic and they suck. Look, to be stoic is not just to sit there and stare. You got to fucking be able to emote a lot through your eyes and your body language and all the shit that Pablo Schreiber says isn't possible. And that's why he keeps taking off that fucking mask. Pablo. Anyway, you need a lot of it's why Ray Winston worked as Balin Skull, because he can emote. He said a lot while just staring. Mandalorian. Can't do it. I tried. Even though I did say it's red.
I know, man.
I just like seeing Hayden back again.
Yeah. Well, because they didn't do it terrible, but still.
Oh, you know what?
Just another member.
Stevenson. Sorry, I said Ray Winston. Ray Stevenson. Jesus. Rip to Ray Stevenson, and of course, respect to Ray Winston. Fucking Beowulf.
Are you crossing over?
Why are all the Rays badasses? I don't understand what that is. Except for fucking REY.
I almost got you with it, damn it.
No, you beat me by 2. Sorry. Woo! Although, as written, they made her a badass too, but that was not earned. These guys are earned.
Sure.
And yeah, dude, Balin Skull. That's why it sucks. That obviously he sucked because he was a father. And I'm just saying, but like to get such a good role, like possibly like shit series, but just what Balin could have been. God, just that line. I miss the idea of it, but not the truth. It's not the reality. It's like, oh, I feel that about a great many things.
He was talking to some people.
And then, of course, Thrawn is nothing like he was in the books. He's nothing, Timothy Zahn, who when Disney took over said, don't, respect the writers. Don't, blah, blah, blah. He sold out. He took a check and he rewrote them.
As they do.
Shame. And then, of course, Doctor Who. We talked about that. Again, my condolences to everyone who is a Doctor Who fan. He has gone full woke, including, this is the dumbest shit. This character Davros, who was traditionally depicted as essentially a really fucked up, disabled, like scars everywhere in a wheelchair, destroyed human body. Of course, he makes him into just an older white guy because he says that we're associating disabled people with evil, and then the collective world went, what? And then, of course, Charles Xavier, Daredevil, Oracle, Cyborg, Doctor Strange, a litany of other characters. Oh, no, we never. Yeah. He did, apparently. He associated
That's
evil.
What I'm saying. You have the problem.
It's the same thing with the people that want to race swap and switch other characters. It's very telling. They are actually the racist ones. They have the internalized racism. I hate that word, but that's what it is. Oh, look. They came out of each other's dick holes.
Hey, docking.
Very progressive. Speaking of very progressive, South Park melted down everyone with their Panderverse special. And that definitely had to be... Look, we were well into the trenches, well into the fight. I always like to... We right now are at least official, we've got the little tag, we've got official uniforms. We're in the fight. We're in the culture war. We've got a little battalion. But we were in the trenches for years. We were in the trenches of the propaganda war. We were in that comment section fighting. The South Park special was like the first mainstream acknowledgement that we weren't fucking the crazies that they were saying.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? That they were like all of a sudden
they tackle shit, but this was the first time that people were gonna watch it on TV instead of on YouTube.
Forever. Why do you care about it? And then they did it. They showed us. They memed it. And of course, the dummies all like, well, they're making fun of you. It was like, yeah. Like 3 parts that were pretty funny. Like with the part, hey, can't kill you into my bed, man. Yeah, that's funny. I still maintain that they should have used Kevin Feige. I hope they do a sequel to Kevin Feige is the one. He's the one using the Panderstone to make the same movie over and over again.
Right.
Which I hate because it's another one of those early Marvel guys. Oh, it's a fucking roller coaster. Well, I grant you that they may have had some of the same like templates, but they were all still good and unique and quality. And then it's like, no, now they are 100% a fucking amusement park. The Martin Scorsese, whatever, criticism that they're just theme parks at this point. There we go. Look at Cartman, so strong and diverse.
It was funny.
Yeah,
I've actually started watching the show again.
Kenny looks like they have a problem turning in cars.
Yeah, that Kenny. I believe that Kenny was into some chick's boobs.
Oh, aren't we all? Aren't we all? Unless you're Az, and then you're into man boobs.
Boobs.
And then that last one. Speaking of man boobs, Dylan Mulvaney. It's worthy only because it's the boycott that was. It's the boycott that was. It's the first time that a boycott happened and it really mattered. These motherfuckers still haven't recovered.
There was a clip missing there. Or is it? I'll never financially recover from this.
Oh yeah, this dummy who again might as well go right for The Witcher. Might as well go straight out of college, freshly from being indoctrinated by their liberal arts Marxist professor. Comes out ready to fill everything with Jedi. Oh, I can't wait. That's what they call it now. That's the diversity. You got to have your Jedi training. Justice, equity, diversity, inclusion. Yep. Look at this Jedi right here, eh? Your silence speaks volumes. I hear the revulsion. Get out of here, McAfee. Look. Viruses. Jesus. Look at Just speaking of it,
they broke it.
killed
Yeah.
that site. I want you to understand. So no
Can
more. Thank God that was we were at the end of that list.
So can I segue? Can I palate cleanse you a little bit?
Please, because even though I don't drink, would like a nice, refreshing, not Bud Light, but something to palate cleanse.
I would like to hand you a refreshing glass of congratulations on 600 subscribers, sir.
Oh, did it happen live?
It happened right now, yeah.
I'm checking. I gotta confirm. 600. Well, there we go. I see this as an absolute win. Look, if we only had 6 subscribers, I'd keep doing this. Thank God it's working though. Thank God you guys are subscribing. You see something. We were talking earlier. We were trying to why do you think it's resonating? We're just 2 assholes. And even though, you want to have confidence and stuff like that. And it's the point of this. I've talked about it before. The real point of the channel, at least right now, is to point out all this hypocrisy, all this pandering, virtue signaling, all the shit that we would be yelling at YouTube, but no one could hear us, right? Because Gary and Drinker and all these people we watch make great points, but they all have their own point of view. And every once in a while, they miss something that the other one gets, right? We see all of them, so we could put them in all one nice little package. Plus, we have our own thoughts and views. So if you watch them, that's great. If you watch us, that's great. And if you watch all of us, well, you're going to have one delicious pie of pop culture defense, because you can see all the knowledge of Gary, all the knowledge of them, with all of the autistic retention of that knowledge with us. Plus our own. We grew up in this, at least 2 decades plus of this pop culture stuff, and money spent. So when I say thank you for subbing, and I hope it keeps going, this is it. This is where we get to go and talk about all this stuff. You're not insane. That was the biggest thing. And I try to explain it to people. The fellowship and the 199 is like church. It's church. You come around and you go with other like-minded people. It's not an echo chamber by any means, because we don't agree. And you could clearly see that. But we are still like-minded, and we all want the same things. We just want good pop culture. Good writing, good characters, not agenda. Agenda could be in there if it's good. It just has to be good writing and characters first. That's it. So thank you. That was a long way to say thank you for 600. Rat, you want to say anything?
Hey man, I'm just here for the ride, but I'm enjoying it every day a little bit more.
Yeah. Rat is just here for the ride. He's also very important. Of course, he's my co-host. He's also the producer of the show and the videos that we do throughout the week, and he's the editor. So don't let him soft sell himself to you. He's very important. Be sure to shout out Rat and channels. And again, thank you all. Let's go on. I got all hussied up. Speaking of hussied up, because we're down to, I swear they're not hussies. This is just a coin of phrase. Supergirl.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the woman of tomorrow?
I am. I do like Supergirl. Again, like you stated, depending on the format. Well, what are you going to do with it?
Yeah. I sort of like one I like both. I just like it in a certain giggity. I like one, and then I like it to transition into the other. So I like when it is I like the young, rageful one, like the 14, 15-year-old Kara that shows up and like she's all fucking angry because either Brainiac had attacked or, that's apparently what James Gunn is doing, where she's seen some real shit. And then I like through the mentorship of Clark and Bruce and Diana and the Justice League, and then she goes with the Teen Titans. Then I'd like her to turn into the more classical Kara. I
like it.
Again, my only thing with this is Millie looks like a child.
She does. She's got a lot younger look.
Look, she could look really attractive and hot. They did it for House of the Dragon. She has sex scenes. I'm saying and that's why they hired her, though. It's because when she starts, she's playing a 15-year-old, and when she's in, she's playing like a 23 or 24-year-old. So depending on how they light her, dress her, do her hair, she can look much older. But in general, she looks fucking young. So if they're going to go with the young version of the character, they're going to go with her. I think they're going to go with Meg Donnelly, though. For nothing else, just because everyone is supposed to be older in James's DCU.
That makes more sense then.
She looks more like a woman, and conversely, I'm sure they could make her look younger for flashbacks, but she looks more like a woman in the Woman of Tomorrow. And also, this is my biggest evidence, Your Honor. She's already fucking played Supergirl thrice. She played her in the 3 animated movies that have come out. Yes. So, I mean, what's your audition? I'm already Supergirl. Here you go. And by the way, James, here's fucking clips of you saying that whenever possible, and this seems highly fucking possible, the live action will also play it in animation and vice versa.
Right. So there's no confusion. She's already done it. You might as well continue.
And that's what I think is going to happen. That's what I'm putting in the envelope. It's what I'm putting in the envelope. And what I'm also putting in the envelope is this is not going to be good. Like, it's going to be an entertaining watch, like the Tomorrow War or whatever. But if you like, oh, is it a worthy successor to Roadhouse? And is this better, as good, or better than Patrick Swayze Dalton? I'm going to say, fuck no. This is nothing like either of those. And they probably should have named it something else. And that's, of course, Roadhouse. Yeah. We're going to watch the trailer.
I'm going to watch this just like Point Break. They ruined the name of Point Break. And then it's not just a name. They also, the fact that they have to name the characters in the film the same thing. So it's blatant ripoff.
You couldn't just make him. Now, maybe they haven't said his first name.
Yeah,
maybe
they did.
He is the. Did they say it?
I swear they did.
Okay. Yeah. So I can't even see the cope levels I'd go through to make it seem acceptable. Let's just watch this.
Before we start, do you have insurance? What? Your coverage good? Like, you have dental? Oh, haha. Is there a hospital nearby? Is it like too far?
About like 25 minutes, I'd say.
I just slapped you. Are you all right?
What?
So you like to fight? You ever win?
No one ever wins a fight.
This ain't the Holiday Inn, pal.
I'm moving.
A friend of mine suggested I come talk to you. I own a roadhouse out in the Florida Keys. Lately, it's been attracting the wrong clientele. I can pay you good money. Judging by your car, you need that.
Well, I like my car.
Think about it.
Come on, bro.
I know who you are. Elwood Dalton. Big fan, man.
That guy's got a knife under his shirt. You just take a big step back and pop me in the face. You can do it. Tell me about the Spoutsy.
Yeah, it's all nice, like he's Mr. Rogers or something, but then he'll haul off. Really interesting guy, overall.
Brand wants to take the roadhouse away from me. He wants to build some resort.
I should warn you. People have a certain way of getting things done around here.
Hey, fellas. Looks like you're having a smashing night. Dalton! I got a tip for you. Don't let no one get this close. Come on, bro.
Let me guess. You know, threaten me. Tell me to get out of town.
I get the impression that you can't be threatened.
Once Knox is on the job, it's over, baby.
It takes a lot to get me angry, but when I am, I just can't let go. People seem a little aggressive around here.
Is that one in front of yours?
No, I just broke his arm.
I think it's a fundamental misunderstanding of the Dalton character, the mythos behind him, how he was trained, who and what he is. And it's fine. And because people, well, it's a reimagining. It's fine, but it's all these reimaginings are shittier than the original version. And that's where my ire comes from.
Yeah, because you're taking something that was good, that you
And
saw could have been better, and made it
downgrading
worse.
Yeah, significantly. I hate all of it. The slapping, the fight, like that whole scene where, and then it's followed directly by the no one wins a fight. It's like, but then why were you out there fighting? That's a scene from the original movie where the assholes try to goad him, and then he's like, okay, I'll fight you outside. And when they go, he starts walking with them to go out. And as they go out, he fucking just laughs. He stops at the door. He laughs at them because they're stupid, because no one ever wins a fight. And he comes back in. He doesn't go out there and like, ha ha,
The guys
look
block
how good
the
I am.
door.
It is a fundamental, and it's also, they're clearly doing, he's not a cooler. He's not a bouncer. He's a cooler. Bouncers are who work for him. Coolers are, they run the bouncers, they teach them, they set the mood. Blah, 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 blah. This is just some asshole who used to be an MMA fighter. He's good at fighting. He lives on a fucking boat, and they're going to have him hire and he's nice. That's what they've latched onto. Dalton's whole speech of be nice until it's time not to be nice is let's just write him as just real nice when he beats people up. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Why?
Yeah.
Why call it Roadhouse?
I don't know, man.
You call it anything?
And then of course you make all the proper changes.
Because if you just had a Jake Gyllenhaal movie with oh Jesus, sorry, yeah, we kept the villains the same gender and skin color, but everyone else got an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? You're saying the older white, like 70-year-old man who used to own the bar is now a young hot black chick. Sure, that tracks. Whatever. But hey, sometimes characters look like their original character. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they try, and then sometimes things are set right. As we have here with Sentry, MCU's Superman, basically asshole Superman, but still
asshole.
Was going to be Stephen Yeun from Walking Dead and what the hell else? Invincible. And we can see here now he's no longer doing it. Hey, look, zoomed in. We're going to have this guy has been from, of course, Top Gun. He is going to be Louis Pullman. And I don't know if that's Bill Pullman's son. I'm sure you could look that up real quick. But yeah, he's going to be Sentry. And he looks a lot more. I was going to say that first one, he looked a little Poindextery. I see it a lot more with this picture. And, you know, especially, I don't know what level of physicality he has right now, but you know they're going to make him bulk up.
Yeah, I don't know too much about these characters beyond what we've seen in the movie.
Oh, no, because they're digging deep.
Yeah,
they're digging deep. What does it say? In Marvel Comics universe, the Sentry was Robert Reynolds, a young man, because of course, Stephen Yeun totally looked like he would have been a Robert Reynolds. A man who gained the power of 1,000 exploding suns after ingesting an experimental serum that gave him Superman-like powers. However, that serum also created the Void, an evil reflection of the Sentry that lurks inside Reynolds and manifests when Reynolds' mental illness goes unchecked. Although the Sentry has appeared in... That sounds actually not horrible. So he's Superman, but at any moment he could go Dr. Jekyll on you. That sounds terrifying. Yeah. Hey, that sounds like it could be good if it was done right. That sounds like it could be good if done right. Yeah. Speaking of something that I don't think could be good no matter how it's done, I will give credit where credit is due. And that is our dear darling, excuse me. No, you get it. There we go. Our dear darling Daisy, who has come to the defense. These fucks did not, they tried to bait her and she did not rise to it. You ready? You ready for this? You ready to see a miracle?
I thought it was nice.
A new Jedi Order, I believe. What can you tell us about it?
I was thinking about this last night. I was like, something happened.
If you sleep on your side, I bet you hate your pillow.
You got.
You sons of
They
bitches.
might be
Trying to run a show here.
With someone.
That's so funny.
I actually haven't read a script yet, but the story I've been told is fantastic, and I'm there. I'm in it.
Daisy, that's a really good answer. Good job. Oh, your publicist, your whole entourage, they're all smiling.
I have that translation right here. I have no idea. There is no script.
Yeah.
It's a very worthwhile story, and I think Charmine's going to do an amazing job.
That's so
Speaking of Charmine, I just have to ask, because there are some of the, I'd say, extreme Star Wars fans who have made this a conversation on the internet about how they don't want a female director. Which seems bizarre because episodes of The Mandalorian were directed by females. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy has been overseeing all of this. So, you know, what is your take on that?
I think my take is things get blown out of proportion, and the interactions I've ever had with people have been nothing but wonderful and supportive. And honestly, the day we announced that I was coming back at Celebration last year, you cannot imagine the joy and goodwill in that room. So I've only ever been embraced, and I think we're going to make a great film and people will love it.
She's also like, I was also highly medicated. God bless her though. I think she's going to get the Hayden treatment just for that. That right there was a glow up.
I don't recall people saying that they didn't want a female lead or writing, producing. You know what? Do the job right. Who gives a shit or who you are? The
problem is that these fucks don't actually listen to what you say. So
Oh,
when you
they're
say,
seeing it.
you say, hey, I didn't like Rey because she did a bunch of force powers that I didn't think she should have been able to do because she didn't learn it in any way. Oh, you fucking hate women. See the disconnect there between those two statements? I say one thing and so that's what we're working with. Two different languages is being spoken. And unfortunately, because two languages are being spoken, they keep doing shit that doesn't resonate. And because of that, they lose money. And because of that, actual repercussions happen and people get fired. That's what happens here. As 1,900 people just had their fucking jobs fired in a shit economy. Thank you, Joe Biden. So Activision, Blizzard, Xbox, and ZeniMax have all lost a shitload of jobs across all those companies.
It's crazy. And then they're also doing away with physical media now for Xbox soon.
Yeah, and Ubisoft said that shit. This is on top of the years now of getting us to pre-order games and $100 games and digital deluxe, and half the shit is DLC and season passes that no one wants, that they just depend on FOMO.
The only way that's going to work, man, without a physical disc is if they give you, I believe they do this, I think it's on Steam even, where they give you like the file, the coding to the game. It's not just the download. It's everything you need where if the internet shut down, you still have the game. You got to own something.
What will Matt Booty do?
Oh, I knew it.
Microsoft president of game content studios, Matt Booty.
Child.
He's got the booty. That poor bastard. Can you imagine what school was like for him?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, because
probably as an adult, you're still giving him the same shit.
Yeah, it would have been fun though. Speaking of someone that I'm going to be giving shit to for quite some time because she's shown no signs of actual. She has not gotten the Brie treatment yet, and that is of course the Zeg. The Zeg. All good things come back in the end. Rachel Zegler, who again said this beautiful thing here.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But
all of her scenes are being cut. No. They're not being cut, but her screen time apparently is being significantly reduced as they add in an entire new fucking subplot of, not a fucking subplot because that actually would be interesting, but an entire subplot of a new, younger Snow White that they're going to cut to, thus lessening her screen time because she went out and said a bunch of dumb shit that pissed everyone off. So there's the source. Source claims that Disney has hired a young actress to play Snow White as a child. The idea is to cut time out of Zegler's performance, show Snow White as a cute little kid instead of an annoying older bitch, and soften the character with flashbacks and or major origin story portion at the beginning of how much of a fucking origin story do you need for Snow White? Of course, edits have not begun for these scenes as we believe they're not shot yet, so things could change. I just, again, and someone said it in the comments, this is just justice. It's delicious justice.
At what point do you just say we're not even going to do it?
They can't. I know.
It's like
I wish they could, but they can't. They're just like they can't. Well, we'll see. Sort of goes with that Charmaine thing. Like I think they would have, and that's why I agree with Chris Gore that Charmaine or Obey Chinoy took that shit to CNN herself and announced it. That's why Lucasfilm would never have let her say it's time for a woman to shape because they would have been like, well, what the fuck is Kathleen Kennedy? Goes against their own narrative that the Force is female. Like, what have you been doing? She
clearly has no idea.
But I think she saw that it might have gotten the Patty Jenkins cancel treatment. And that's what Chris Gore was saying. I agree with that assessment that she just said, fuck it. She went out and took it. Can't cancel it now. It's in the zeitgeist.
Wow. Either way, let it happen. We get at least one episode a week out of it.
Well, we do. And the last thing we have tonight is, of course, the live action Suicide Squad trailer that you told me about. You ready?
I'm not
a
fan
for this
of it,
excitement. Man. Oh, what are you talking about? It's gonna be great.
It makes the game less desirable.
Everything they've shown about it has made the game less desirable, especially this.
Hello, Batman. I'm non-binary now.
I don't want any of it. I don't care if it's free. I don't care if it's $1.99. I do not
Take your
like
ass
green
back
eggs and
to your
Sam.
Elseworld.
Ham, I am Sam. Yeah, no, fuck. So here's the live action trailer. Let's go. The fuck?
Will, you said you were dressing up for this. Yeah, man, I sail on things. That's cute. All right, well, the plan, I'm guessing, is to take out those things with the glowing purple eyes.
No doy, Chinos. What's the plan of attack?
Well, I have a deep, sexy baritone, so I'll be running point.
Okay, Dad bod.
You know, in olden times, it actually was considered to be
All right,
heavy.
playtime's over. Let's get set!
Do you really think I have a dad bod?
You look like a pinata, and I want some candy. Candy.
How's that boomerang taste?
I don't miss. You just shot a pigeon. So, what are you, like a pigeon defender?
Oh, look like Superman and the Justice League are here to steal our thunder.
Why are you smiling?
Don't you see? They're the bad guys. We get to kill the Justice League.
Let's go mess up the spandex!
Kal-El's about to get shot in his D.
I don't want to kill the Justice League. I want to fucking play as the Justice League.
I think the only two things to take away from that, if there's anything positive, is that, and this is reaching, he played as Will Arnett. He was Lego Batman, right? And Ron Funches was King Shark in the Harley Quinn animated on Hobo Max.
And they have both been sullied by doing this.
Yeah, this was a terrible, like you said, a ripoff of like the Call of Duty trailers, which aren't even fun anymore.
This game is going to be the exact fucking same as the Avengers game.
Yeah.
It is going to have maybe a passable one-time through single player story. Everything else will be shitty level up connection missions. There'll probably be shitty gear that you'll pay for the colors and all the other things. And the entire game will be new game plussing in other Elseworlds to just kill the Justice League over and over again with their free non-binary Joker and all their dumb shit. I just don't want it. I don't want no part of it. Then I was looking at the DLCs for it. Of course, King Shark in a Superman outfit, Harley Quinn in a Wonder Woman out. I'm good, bro. I'm good. And you just know that the servers, because it's a games as a service and it's online only, there'll be no one to play with in 3 months. Just like Avengers.
Yeah. There was no one to play with on Avengers.
In this case, it's only one fucking map. Yes, it's Gotham, but that's it. They don't even have multiple maps. Whatever. That's it. That's it. I mean, that's literally it. That's the end of the videos. That's 600 What? Hey, just so you know, we have not hit our 2-month anniversary of the channel yet.
Crazy.
I started December 8th. December 8th. That is a testament to all of you. To all of you. I unironic, I'm not kidding. I love all of you. Thank you so much. You are most welcome here. I love you in the comments. I love agreements, disagreements, all of it. All of it. I mean, except for the people that aren't subs and come in and talk shit. I mean, the people that are subbed in our fellowship. Love it.
Yeah, you should be able to discuss something. And tonight's discussion, before we end, is drawn me to my honorable mention of the week. We're going to pull up the Monkey Man trailer.
All right. This is 100%. I know everyone's, what? I thought we were leaving.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
Before we go,
No.
Rat wants us all to watch this trailer. So if it's good,
I'm holding
we can blame
him at gunpoint.
And if it's bad, we can blame him. And in the
100%.
comments, you let me know what you think of it.
I'll take the blame.
Yeah, well.
I'll also take the fame. I think it looks fun.
You will be getting both.
Okay.
You will be getting both.
Close your eyes, and you will find yourself.
When I was a boy, my mother used to tell me a story of a demon king and his army. They brought fire and terror to the land. Until they faced the protector of the people, the white monkey.
There you are. You are a beast.
In this city, the rich don't see us as people. Give me the job no one wants to do. I'll do it.
Anyone who forgets their place, it doesn't turn out well for them.
This is not the place to work if you can't handle that sort of stuff.
Every day, I've prayed for a way to protect the weak.
I've got an answer to every prayer. I call her Nikki. Minaj, big bumper, nice headlights. Let's boogie.
We got the streets locked overseas, a Punjabi MC and a rock. On the count of three, rockin' body like the top. 1, yo, 2, you, 1, 2, 3.
You need to fight for your mother, for all of us.
Anger will not quiet your soul, my son.
Don't call me son.
It's time to remember who you are.
But only love kills more when will they learn.
Just one small ember can burn down everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for a fight?
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
It was a long fucking trailer.
I told you it had some time onto it, but was it not at least entertaining?
Everyone keep telling me that I'm back. I'm thinking that yes, I'm back. It's fucking John Wick. Yes,
That's
it
what I
looks
was
great.
thinking.
Yeah,
John Wick.
I mean, I question Jordan Peele. Seems a little cultural appropriation-y. I guess he can do it.
Well, he's attached with Dev Patel, so it's acceptable.
He's got the card. That's sure.
Yeah, they're
It's
backing each other
breaking-
up.
You see, those WGA rules only work one way.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that. Well, that's it, folks. Though that is it. We are done.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, very much. 600. Let's keep going, baby. Next Friday, please join us for another episode of Inside the Badger Den. Make sure to like, subscribe. Thank you, everyone.
Take care.